I'm not going to waste your time talking about the card because it's nothing special besides the killers. So it's restricted to FFBE on the last part, so it's like not really a card you should be chasing, in my opinion. So anyways, we're going to go into the Roka, the new Roka here. So sadly she does have a, turn limit on her Brave Shift form, where her damage actually is. So in her base form, it's decent. She has LB damage field, and she has store buff 130. So you can actually use, I believe I used this in my show. I did this in my showcase video. You can actually use this cooldown in her base form and then shift over to her Brave Shift form to start doing damage right away instead of having to waste a turn in her Brave Shift form to use this cooldown. So that is also an option for you guys. It does have some tag chaining if you need that. Is there anything in here that I don't remember there being anything here with it. She does have some killers, which is good. EX2, you get more killers, and then the skull buff will just it just fills morale every turn. So not the best glow buff of all time, but it's still there. She has AoE Dark Imbue, and then her leader skill is obviously ridiculous. Inside of Clash Duels, 900% attack and magic for more than just evocation. You're not going to probably ever have it for the evocation other than herself. But you have CW support, CW fire, and CW dark. Probably the CW dark is one you care about the most, but yeah, that's a lot. That's actually really ridiculously high. And then of course the defense and spear as well. So 900%, like that's just so absurd. That is so high. And even outside of Clash of Wills, you still get pretty good. You're still 750%, which is the standard. Pretty good. She really don't care about the cooldown thing too much. She does have a cooldown, reduction mechanic thing, but you're not bringing her for that. You're bringing her for damage, and her damage is good. So in her Brave Shift form, of course, she has 150% amp on both sides, but pretty good 150% amp, and then she has a buff for herself. I've never used this, but it's there. And then her Brave Shift LB is the one that has a 40% Rod in Peril, so pretty good damage. 27 hits, works with a lot of characters. Of course, it's not 30 hits, or you would like to have that in Clash of Wills, but it's just 27, so it does work with quite a few characters that you would like to run. Not too bad. And then of course she still has the filled morale in the Brave Shift form too. So overall, she's a very strong dark damage dealer. Surprising for once, they did not hold back. Even though she has premium, but they usually still hold back on mages a lot of the time, but they did not on this one. So 150% amp. Sadly not 180% on some characters that they haven't released recently, but okay. And then 130 times mod, and then the store buff on top of that. So she's gonna be hitting very hard. No doubt about that. So I'm gonna be giving her an 8.25. I'm gonna start lowering scores a bit because we know the Neo Vision Plus thing is on the horizon. So it's like, yeah, this is really good. She's really good, but is she gonna be good when Neo Vision Plus comes out? We don't know. So I'm gonna give her 8.25. I think that's still a very high score. Anything above 8 is already pretty good. But yeah, so pretty solid unit. Alright, let's move on to the next. And then we have the non-premium unit, the Neilikka. Okay, so she's SLB, can only use fists, but that's alright. And then 120 times mod, that's pretty standard actually. And there's not much to really say, but she does have, surprisingly, for non-premium unit, and I think I commented on this on my JP review, that surprisingly, for premium unit, she does have the 8 times cap. Because normally I would probably come in here and say, she has, she's a dual wield unit without 8 times cap, so she's trash, but she has a lot of stats. Her rest teamer gives a lot of stats when you equip it, and pretty decent killers, 8 times cap, dark field effect, and then 500. Actually, that's probably more. How much is this? And then we're gonna do 120. 600 times. What? 600 times. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for a non-premium unit. 600 times with 8 times cap. She actually will do good damage. She actually will. The problem is she comes with Roca, so it's like, yeah. So she's good. It's just like she's being overshadowed by a lot of other units that are gonna be coming out. So she came out in a, like, it's not. It's hard to say. It's, oh, you came out at a bad time. When was she supposed to come out then? But it's just like, she's good, but not really worth pulling for, even though she's good. Her damage is going to be good because 600 times mod on the SLB. And what's the LB even? So it's only like, now it's only like a little bit weaker, but it's still almost the same modifier, and it's still the same chain. So you're still getting 40% fist imperil. So let's calculate this. 280 times 120 plus 100. That's 500 times. So you're still having 500 times on the LB. So that's not bad with 8 times cap. It's not bad. It's just you would have preferred, you know, to get, maybe you get her on an EX ticket, maybe you get her off banner eventually. You know, off banners kind of suck, but sometimes you like to have newer units and as an off banner at least to cushion the blow a little bit. So she's good, but not really worth pulling for, just because there's an astronomical amount of stuff coming that is just like, why would you, even if that was like still a whale, I would still probably not pull, because it's just like, I'd rather conserve my resources for something else. So Neilikka is going to get a 7.5 just because she's good, very good damage, but not really worth considering. So that's pretty much going to be the review. I will still be doing reviews, of course, every week on Global. I'm just not gonna say, oh, you know, Neovision Plus is coming, so let's just not make any more reviews, because there are people that still pull in these banners and things like that, and they need to know, especially new players. There was actually quite a few new players contacting me saying, should I reroll, should I do this, should I do that? So there are, despite what viewer count may be showing on YouTube in terms of FFBE videos, there are still new players coming in. And there was actually some people coming in from Parasite Eve, like, oh, I love Parasite Eve, so I'm going to start playing this game. So the collab did work. It's one of the few times that it actually does work. Because a lot of the time, it's, you know, it's the boring collabs, you know, the Dragon Quest and all those kind of collabs that they do all the time. No one really comes for those. No, I don't ever hear anyone joining the game just because of the Dragon Quest collab. Maybe back in the day they did, but nowadays it's the same old, you know, tired Dragon Quest collab. So random Dragon Quest rant at the end there for some reason. I don't know. They don't do it. I don't know why, but it was there. Anyways, don't pull for the vision, just for the vision card. It's not very interesting. Like, and then if you want to reroll for Roka, that's fine. But I would just save and look for Tyvus in the future. He'll probably be next week or the week after that. So make sure to stay tuned for Tyvus if you are interested in the new Tyvus. He's quite good as well. A very strong light DPS. Alright, that's going to be my review, guys. Thank you guys very much for watching. Appreciate you as always. Love you guys. See ya. Peace.